Welcome to WizardTime. I'm Bobby Warner, along with head coach Gary Perko of the girls' high school basketball team for the Windsor Wizards. Welcome back to WizardTime.
Thank you, Bobby.
This is we finished our summer season. We had our first podcast for those, and now we're really getting into the season. The girls are officially playing basketball. I bet that's nice.
It is finally nice after a long summer and now about three and a half to 4 weeks of practice. The girls are ready to get going.
Yeah, I bet it's fun to finally, after they're doing their conditioning and then just regular drills, to finally actually play games, which is a lot different.
It was. I mean, it's a good break for them now heading into Christmas to play some games before the Christmas break.
Now, you had some of your athletes at state playing a little bit longer for volleyball, so those girls are coming in. So how was that transition for you to get those girls from volleyball to basketball?
It was good. I mean, they could have taken a couple days off, but all three of them that were out for volleyball, that Monday after the state volleyball, they were out there on the court ready to go, so that was a credit to them.
Yeah, they went all the way to the quarterfinals and then also eventually to the eventual four-time state champion, I think. Well, so yeah, you had some pretty good athletes already playing and then coming into your
program. Yeah, we did, and congratulations to the volleyball team for their job well done.
Very good. Well, let's talk a little bit about, so you transition from the summer program and then you get into now the tryouts to get ready for this upcoming season.
Yeah, we had about a 3-day tryout for all the girls, and just to see where they were at, we put them all together, did some scrimmaging, did some drills, shooting drills, dribbling drills, and scrimmage drills to see where they were at. And we actually didn't pick teams until after our 2 scrimmages against Fort Collins and Valley. So we took our time this year just because of the depth that we had and the talent that we have. We really wanted to make sure that we were right on where everybody should be.
Very good. And I bet it's a little bit easier for you to do the trials and like kind of picking them, because you had so much experience during this summertime, or so many kids going out, and I guess you got to see a lot of kids during the summertime.
Yeah, we did, and it did make it easier for all the coaches involved to see them all summer and then work with them during the preseason before the actual tryouts started. So it was a lot easier for us, but we wanted to make sure we gave everybody a fair shot to see where they would belong on the team.
And then you had the Fort Collins and Valley scrimmages you talked about. So Fort Collins, I think 5A school, and then Valley a 3A school. Is that how that works?
Fort Collins, there was Fort Collins Heritage, which is a 5A, Thompson Valley, and us. So again, it was a good look at what at our team. We moved a lot of people around for those games over at Fort Collins. Got everybody a shot at the varsity level and at the JV level again to see how well they would do, and then same at Valley when Valley came over to our place, and we got to see and look at a lot of girls.
Very good. Well, we're doing our podcast now. We've had 222 unique downloads and 1,300 or 1,332 downloads for the total. So we really get some exposure during the summertime and getting up to the season. And you were getting there ready to go to a Cheyenne tournament, and you got snowed out.
Exactly. First day on that Thursday, we were supposed to go up, and we canceled the buses. So girls were a little disappointed, but that's, can't do much about the weather. So we did the best we could, and ended up going up on Friday
instead of the Thursday start that you're normally have. I just remember as a player, and I guess you guys as coaches too, get so excited about your first game and then get snowed out. It's a little tough.
Yeah, it's a little tough for the girls, especially after you go a month of practicing and then all of a sudden the first game's canceled. But
you got it back.
We got it back.
Very good. Well, that's the Cheyenne tournament we're going to talk about. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll get into your first game, so you can always delay just one day. We're going to take a time out. We'll be back with more Wizard Time in just a moment.
Hello, this is Coach Perko. I hope you're enjoying our Wizard Time podcast. The Windsor High School girls basketball team runs on the amazing support of our community and sponsors. I'd like to take a minute to thank Global Shot Doctor for their support of our Windsor girls basketball program.
Welcome back to Wizard Time. I'm Bobby Warner, along with head coach Gary Perko of the Windsor girls basketball team. And finally got the season going after a long summer preparation, and we go to the Cheyenne tournament. Your first one, as mentioned before the break. First day snowed out, but you finally got to play again on that Friday. And we're going to talk about you sent all 3 teams to the Wyoming tournament, or the Cheyenne tournament. And we're going to talk a little bit and get clips of the JV, who are now 1 and 2 coming into when we're recording this podcast.
Exactly. 1 and 1-2 last night, or against Eaton. We went over and played Eaton, so they got one over there. So they're now 1-2. So finally got their first win.
Got the first one. They had to come back to Colorado.
Exactly.
They wanted to win in Colorado.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about the Clips and the JV team, and how you kind of picked who was going to be on this JV team.
Again, the tryouts were, we had tryouts, and so, we just tried to do the best we could to get people where they're going to improve and help the team doing stuff here for us. This first clip is Taylor Hillam from a pass from
She was a little Hannah Thornton.
Hannah Thornton, I'm sorry, yeah. So she made a nice play there.
And one thing to note, you said the JV team is kind of playing upperclassmen a little bit higher level than ours.
Right, exactly.
Grades.
Here comes Raquel steals the ball to Sophie, and out to Taylor for about a 17-footer, and makes it off the board.
Did she call that?
No. Sophie Griggs here, down to Raquel into Brooke, and out to Sophie Griggs again. It's a nice little 17-foot jump shot. Another clip of Sophie coming up here. Lexi Scoggins gets a rebound. Out to Hannah. Thornton down to Sophie. Sophie again about a 17-footer and banks her in.
Looks like when they're open and they have that shot outside the perimeter, they're willing to take that.
Yes, Hannah Thornton now for a nice pass from, looks like Sophie Griggs there, for a nice little layup. Ran the court well on that one.
Now Hannah's had some varsity experience.
Yes, she did last year. She did. Taylor Hillam down to Hannah Thornton, and Hannah Thornton puts up a nice little 4-foot jump shot. Hannah West here. Hannah West has done a really good job for us this year on the hustle wise and stuff. Going to Sophie here, and there's Hannah West getting the rebound. She hustles all over the floor for us. She's non-stop. Lexi Scoggins into Raquel, and looks like we got a
Tie up there.
little tie up there. Here again, Hannah West gets a steal there, and is bringing it up the floor. Gets a nice little pass. Turns and gets Lexi Scoggins for a nice little jump shot. Nice play by Hannah West there. There's Lexi Scoggins at the line. She's a freshman playing up on the sophomore team. On the JV team. Next one is Hannah Thornton here, going into. I'm trying to think here. Looks like it's going into Mackenzie Ruff. Mackenzie Ruff, nice little turn up and under move, and scores 2. Again, Mackenzie Ruff here. Hannah West again. Looks like it's going to make a nice little pass to Mackenzie Ruff, and puts in a nice little layup. Nice pass from Hannah West.
As you said, though, they're pulling up strong underneath the basket.
Yes, they are. Raquel Tovar, another sophomore for us. Looks like she got fouled on the play. Gets the first free throw. And we have shot the ball better this year already, so hopefully our shooting is going to improve. She misses that one, though.
I know you work on free throws quite a bit.
Here we go, Hannah West again finds Raquel, and Raquel puts up a nice little jump shot. Again, Hannah West involved in the play, but Raquel hits a nice little jump shot. Brooke Pemberton, another freshman playing up on the JV for us. It's a nice little pass from Mackenzie Ruff. Easy 2 points for layup.
Nice. Converting on the fast break.
Yeah.
The defensive turnover.
Here we go. Looks like moving the ball really well around the perimeter there. Brooke takes it in for a nice little layup.
So really, we've seen both ways. You guys have been able to shoot from the outside really well, but also finishing on the layups.
There we are. Again, they tried to press us. We broke the press really well. Cal 12 Artists bringing it down the floor. Nice little pass into Lexi Scoggins and makes a nice little turnaround jump shot. Again, Lexi's a freshman playing up. Again, I thought all teams this weekend moved the ball very well on the offensive end. So Brooke Pemberton rebounds out to Lexi. Nice little crossover and a nice little jump shot off the board.
Well, this is your JV squad, and they played really well, but went 0-2 in this tournament. But I bet pretty excited about what you saw.
Yeah, we are. Again, it's just the first couple games, learning experience. Getting to know who's your buddy on the team, who you can play with.
Sure.
But I thought all teams up there played really hard, and again, I think our shooting has improved from last year. So hopefully that's going to carry over to the other games this season.
One thing I noticed in those highlights is that facility that you were playing at, that's a pretty large facility. It looks like it had an indoor track, and you don't have the back on it for the jump shot.
Right. It's huge. It's like, I think it's got like 4 full courts.
Uh-huh.
So they practice everybody at the same time, but it's a nice facility.
Boy, that'd be nice to have here, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would. Yes, it would.
We're talking to the school board on that.
Yeah, I wonder who we can
Yeah, I don't know
about
who we can talk to about that. Well, that was the JV squad, went 0-2, but then they just won a game at Eaton, so they're now 1-2 and going into the Steamboat tournament that's coming up pretty soon.
Right.
All right, we're going to take a time out. We're going to talk about the varsity squad at the Cheyenne tournament when we come back on Wizard Time.
Hello, this is Coach Perko. I hope you're enjoying our WizardTime Podcast. The Windsor High School girls basketball team runs on the amazing support of our community and sponsors. I'd like to take a minute to thank K&W Printing for their support of our Windsor girls basketball program.
Welcome back to Wizard Time. I'm Bobby Warner, along with head coach Gary Perko of the Windsor High School girls basketball team. So we got to see a little bit of clips of the girls JV team when they were at the Cheyenne tournament. Why don't you grade them just a little bit? How things
I thought they played hard on the defensive end, and they hustled the whole time they were up there. And the other night against Eaton, they really played a good ball game. So you can see them coming. Just hopefully what we're trying to do is have them improve every game as the season goes along here. So, well, I thought they did a really fine job up at Cheyenne.
Well, in Cheyenne, you also had the girls varsity team, and they got to play in that tournament also. Again, delayed one day. They played on Friday and Saturday instead. So we're going to see a little bit of highlights from the girls, but this is really your first time you got to see your varsity girls play this year in game situations.
Yeah, and we didn't know how they were going to react after, not being able to play Thursday, a little let down.
Sure.
But they came out Friday against Cheyenne Central, and for the first game of the year, I thought they really played defensively really well. And if we can eliminate a few mistakes along the way, we're going to be a pretty good basketball team.
And that's what you want. Good. That would be nice. Well, let's go to the highlights. And again, we're going to see some highlights as the Wizards play Cheyenne Central.
Your first clip is Kelly Ash breaking down the lane and getting fouled. A good pass and cut on our offense. And Kelly did a nice job of cutting right down the lane.
Kelly's one of your volleyball players that just got to.
Yeah, and she's finally rounding in. It took her a couple of weeks to round into shape, but she's finally getting there. So she hits the first free throw.
Yeah, I'm guessing basketball shape is a lot different
Yes,
than volleyball
it
shape.
is. And I think Kelly went 9 for 12 from the line against Cheyenne Central, so she did a nice job from the line. Here's Whitney Piercy, our other senior. Like we said, we only have 2 seniors on the team. So Kelly's going to give to Whitney. Whitney drives baseline and gets fouled and misses.
That was a good drive to the basket by Whitney.
Yes, well, she had a nice little move going baseline. I think she misses the first one, but I believe that she hits the second one. So she goes 1 for 2 from the line.
Is Whitney completely healthy now for
Yes,
first
from the motto and everything, she's really done a good job defensively.
one of our player time
Yes.
interviews.
Again, Kelly Ash grabs a rebound, leads a fast break. I think she's going to take it all the way in for a nice little layup. So
Nice.
Kelly, that's what Kelly does. She can run the floor really well, sees the floor really well for us. Corbin Kasich, our junior, from Alyssa Manicone and hits a three-pointer.
You got your 6-footer hitting 3-pointers.
Yeah. Maggie Griggs, she's a junior also. Maggie's played really well for us, and we got it down in the post, and she gets fouled. I believe Maggie hits both of these too, so give her shooting free throws. In this game, at least, it was pretty good.
Well, good.
She hits the first one.
How much time do you spend in practice doing free throws?
Well, you know, the other night in practice, we spent almost 20 minutes, you know, so we try to spend a lot of time on it. And I believe Maggie hits again here for the second one. Yep, she does. So there we go, Amanda Young, who's our other junior guard. She really did a nice job for us bringing the ball up and playing good defense the whole tournament for us. Corbin Ukasik, she just stops it in, and we had a real easy shot.
That was nice and easy.
Yeah.
Well, that's how you like to drop it in bounce play.
Yes, Maggie Griggs again.
Defense.
She's running the floor down and makes a nice little layup. Maggie runs the floor really well. Alyssa Manicone, she's our freshman guard. She's done a real fine job for us, and she goes down and makes a nice little layup and gets fouled.
Well, you guys are running the court really well, going from coast to
We
coast.
like what we're doing here. Yeah, Miranda Geist, another 6-foot sophomore. I think she's going to follow up the miss right there and puts her right back in. So that's a good follow by Miranda. Here we go with 41-40. We're down with 2 minutes 44 seconds left in the game. We're down by 1. As you can see, it was pretty tight the whole way through the contest here. So we got Kelly Ash here to Alyssa Manicone, off to Amy Jo Harris. There's Corbin outside, back to Amy Jo. Moving the ball right pretty good here. Waiting for a good shot. And very patient on offense. Kelly Ash takes it up and scores. So we're
About
up by
30
1.
seconds off the
Yes.
clock, just right there with
Yes.
that.
All right, so Amy Jo coming down, Alyssa, our 2 freshmen right there, Alyssa and Brooke. Alyssa into Brooke, she misses, but has a chance to put it right back up, and now we're up by 1. Amy Jo Harris right here makes a great play, ties the girl up, and pretty much just hammers her down to the floor. That's a nice wrestling move. Her brother probably taught her that.
Yeah, the referee, Perry Lewis, in the background calling the
This
foul.
play right here with Alyssa Manicone with about 3 seconds to go, she draws an offensive foul charge, and that pretty much iced the game for us. So,
That's great.
you know, our 2 freshmen, Alyssa Manicone and Brooke Pemberton, and we're throwing them into the fire, and but they responded really well.
I think I don't know, watching those clips, it's exciting to see how you guys are really converting the fast break. You get a defensive rebound or a defensive turnover, and then you're able to go for the layup.
Yeah, we are. We ran the floor pretty well this first 2 games. Hopefully that'll keep it up.
I just remember seeing girls' basketball games. A lot of times they'll have either the defensive rebound or something happens for the fast break, and they stop at the free throw line and thinking, what's going on? And so you guys are doing a lot better
Our
job.
girls are, this year, have been very aggressive taking it to the hole, and that's what we preach to. We call it going downhill, and so they have so far.
And I think just even looking at those highlights, you can see the speed difference, even between your JV and your varsity
Yes.
team. There's quite a bit of difference there.
And we do have a lot of speed this year. You know, most of the top 8 girls can run the floor really, really well.
Want to grade the varsity team a little bit from this tournament?
You know, defensively, I thought it was in the A category. You know, we played great defense. If you watch the whole film of both Rock Springs and the Cheyenne Central game, we played great defense. Offensively, probably in the B category. We just got to eliminate a few mistakes on the offensive end, throwing the ball away, and those little things that we talk about all the time in practice. And if we do that, we're going to be a pretty good basketball team.
Well, you finished the tournament 1-1, a fun one there at the end, and getting ready for your next one.
Right, and the Rock Springs game, again, we had a chance to win the Rock Springs game. We were down 1 with 11 seconds to go. One of our girls got fouled, missed both free throws, and we had the foul to thing. But we were right in that game also.
Oh, very two close games.
Yes.
Very good. All right. Well, when we come back, we'll talk about the C team was also at the game, and we'll talk a little bit about the tournament. We'll be back to talk about them in just a little moment. We will take a time out. We'll be back with Wizard Time in just a few moments.
Hello, this is Coach Perko. I hope you're enjoying our WizardTime Podcast. The Windsor High School girls basketball team runs on the amazing support of our community and sponsors. I'd like to take a minute to thank Rios Painting for their support of our Windsor girls basketball program.
Back to Wizard Time. I'm Bobby Warner, along with head coach Gary Perko. And so we had the varsity team and JV team also playing the tournament at Cheyenne, and your C team you also took up there with our C team is primarily freshmen, and I think that when you guys play in Cheyenne, you play a little bit older kids.
Yeah, we do. They do it a little bit different up in Cheyenne. They have freshmen, a sophomore team, JV, and varsity. So we play all sophomores with our freshmen, and I thought we pretty much held our own up there. The freshmen played pretty well to go 1-1 up there.
Very good. So we don't have any clips from the C team, but maybe can tell us a little bit about some of the players that are standouts that you see.
Right now, I believe Tyler Rouse is playing really well for us. Rachel Winter is playing well. Kylie Galan is playing well. I just think the whole mix of those freshman girls are playing really well for us right now. That's learning process for them. You go against sophomores, but they hung in there the whole tournament. Really didn't get blown out any of the games, so we're proud of the way they played. And then the other night, they went over to Eaton and beat the Eaton squad. So they're coming along. They're playing well.
So the C team right now, after beating the Eaton squad, they're 2-2.
2-2, and so again, they're playing well, and they're learning. And Coach Munir's got them going, and they're also playing good defense. Again, we just got to eliminate the mistakes all the way through the little things, all the way through the whole program, and we'll be good.
If you wanted to give them a grade in that Cheyenne tournament, what would you say?
Well, with the competition and stuff, I'd say a B. I thought they ran the offense well, they played good defense, but they were just up against more physically mature girls. I mean, you go from a freshman to a sophomore, it's definitely maturity-wise that you're going up against. So, but they hung in there and played well.
All right, well, that's the C team. What we're going to do, we'll take another timeout. When we come back, we'll talk about the Steamboat tournament. That's just coming around the corner. We'll be back in a moment on Wizard Time.
Hello, this is Coach Perko. I hope you're enjoying our Wizard Time podcast. The Windsor High School girls basketball team runs on the amazing support of our community and sponsors. I'd like to take a minute to thank Sunburst Enterprises for their support of our Windsor girls basketball program.
Welcome back to Wizard Time. I'm Bobby Warner, along with head coach Gary Perko, and just finished up your first tournament, and got the girls back from summer, and then they got back from the fall sports, and now they are playing basketball finally, and got your first tournament under belt. That's got to feel good, though.
It does, and we're really getting excited. We talked about all summer how excited we were for the season to get started, and we're excited now that once we get going here, we'll see how we're going to end up doing.
Well, the next tournament is an overnight tournament where you take the girls to Steamboat Springs. Tell us a bit about that one.
This is our second year going up to Steamboat Springs. It's a 3-day tournament. Again, really good competition up there. We got Fossil Ridges up there, Montrose, Castleview, us, Green River, Wyoming. So all in all, it's a good little tournament again up there, and they treat you really well up there, and it's just nicely run tournament.
Really good. So, second year of the contract, you're going to decide on how you want to do next year. But this is how many games do you get to play there? Is there a minimum?
3 games.
You get 3 games.
We'll play one Thursday, one game Thursday, one game Friday, one game Saturday. And this is more of really a bracketed tournament. Cheyenne was just a round robin type thing, no brackets or anything. But this you play for first, second, third, fourth, fifth, all the way down. So this is an actual bracketed tournament.
Good. Well, one of the fun things, or maybe one of the challenges, depending how you look at it, it's an overnight tournament, obviously, so the girls have a little bit more of the dorm room style, maybe like you had when you were doing some of your summer tournaments.
Right, and it's a good time for the girls to bond with each other, with the coaches, and we take them out and eat at night, and so overall it's just a good bonding experience for the girls, and the boys are up there too this year with us, and we'll ride the same bus as the boys, and so it's just a good overall experience for everybody involved.
So that could be a fun thing or a challenging thing too.
Exactly.
Very good. All right, well that's coming up Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, so another 3-day tournament for you. And how's the season kind of work? We're still in preseason, so you guys don't really start regular season type games until after the break, or how's that work for you?
After the break, again, the following week, we're over at the Pooter tournament. That's a Tuesday, Friday, Saturday tournament on the road again. So we'll be on the road 9 games, and I don't think we're at home until January 4th against Erie, I think it is. But we don't mind being on the road, and it would be nice to get home and do, like they say, the old home cooking stuff.
Sure.
So
Sure.
we're not always on the road,
Yeah.
but it's fun.
All right, so Steamboat tournament coming up this weekend and on the 8th, 9th, and 10th, and then we'll follow up with the Pooter tournament on Tuesday, and then the Friday and Saturday. Very good. Well, we would like to invite you to watch us on WizardTime.org. You can get us also on iPod, or you can go to iTunes and go to the podcast and put Wizard Time in there. You can find out and watch our iPod. This is our 7th podcast, so you can even backtrack and see all the summer ones. We're also very excited about coming up. During the season, we'll interview more player time, so more player time segments, and interview, 32 players.
32.
We'll get those all in at some point during the season, so that'll be fun. You can also watch us on Facebook. You get a lot of information now through Facebook and that WizardTime.org site.
Yes, we do. Before the girls would text us on our phone, what time is practice, what time is this,
Sure.
and now we don't even answer them. They have to go to the website, or they have to go to Facebook, and not that we don't want to be helpful to them, but to the responsibility of, hey, in the mornings, get up and look at Wizard Time, or get up and look at Facebook, see if there's any changes to practice time, and that's run pretty smoothly. Coach Ukasa kind of takes care of WizardTime.org for us, and Trish Griggs, the Facebook part of it, so
That's great.
it's worked really well.
Yeah, well, I guess viewers, if you haven't been on there, WizardTime.org is really, it's informative, and it really gives you information. I saw when you guys had your tournament on Thursday canceled, it was right on there to tell the girls that things weren't there.
And we got their calendar, the times, upcoming events, the coaches' bios are on there. Pretty soon we're going to have player bios on there. So it's a real neat little site to go to.
Very good. Well, we'll have our 8th podcast coming up. That'll be our next one, and that will feature that Steamboat tournament, and then also talk a little bit about the Pooter tournament that's coming up. Well, thank you very much. Thanks again for being on our Wizard Time, and good luck in the Steamboat tournament.
Thank you, Bobby.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Well, thank you very much for joining us again, and we'll be back with more on our 8th podcast coming up later on. I'm Bobby Warner with Wizard Time.